No, I don't go on the internet.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week we are doing a little bit of training with Mr. Craig Jones. If you're not familiar with Craig, he is one of the best grapplers in the world, one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the world. So in this episode we're going to be working a lot of technique, we're going to be working on my game a little bit. We did a lot of training with Craig, a lot of details. We're going to be going over that stuff. Craig's going to be showing a little bit of how to beat a wrestler, which I know you guys will be very interested in. And yeah, just working on my knowledge, working on my game. Craig is someone that I've worked with all last week, so hopefully we'll work together again in the future. And tune in, we'll get to the video. Craig is known for, well, a lot of things he's known for, but
not good things.
Not bit of both. Sometimes good, sometimes not. But the things that I'm impressed with is the work that you've been doing with MMA fighters, helping create a style that works well against wrestlers, specifically wrestlers. What do you have for the Tom Aspinall official people showing us anti-wrestling?
Well, wrestling's not big in Australia. I don't think it's big in the UK either, really. But as a man that's been wrestling with his sexuality for years, like many American and Dagestani wrestlers, we've come up with a few techniques to fight them off. Really, the one thing we've got to watch out for with American wrestlers, even the ones in MMA, with obviously their predisposition to an oil check, both giving and receiving. But in terms of the seriousness of what we've been working on, it's basically a lot of wrestling defense, really. A lot of get-ups, a lot of creative stuff. A lot of stuff that I stole from Volkanovski and Jack Della that I've just rebranded as my own techniques to come down here and impress Tom. But yeah. Are
you also selling that? Selling it at seminars as well, so straight from Jack Della, straight from Volkanovski. Straight in your pocket, mate.
Straight to me, mate. Yeah, we ride the coattails and we put it out with a good instructional title, Power Ride, Power Bottom, Just Stand Up, and we release those on BJJ Fanatics. That's really the cash cow here, through riding the coattails.
Like it. So, shall we get into it? Show me, we'll get something in for the viewers, just at a basic, something basic. So, if I go like, say I go with a head inside single.
Head inside single, yeah.
Yeah, and then show me.
Well, you really, wrestling's like being the complete jug of a sport that it is. Usually, if I have to deal with a wrestler, the #1 defense would be to just sit
the
down.
butt scoot.
The butt scoot.
That ain't gonna work for me, mate.
They're terrified of this position. Wrestling ends at that point. But if we're talking about real techniques, you said head inside single?
Yeah, so if I'm gonna go this way.
So the first protocol for me would be getting our foot outside, getting control over the head, and hopefully Tom can support me here. And we jump for the triangle choke. That would be basic day one level stuff.
Yeah. Straight in, straight off the street, flying triangle. Love that. So let's see that again.
We could do it this side too.
Oh, we're doing both sides?
I do generally, like some MMA guys do swing both sides here, but we're getting our foot outside here, grabbing a collar tie, and we're jumping as high as we can. Tom's being very considerate here, leaning down with the height disadvantage. To lock up the triangle, very simple way to defeat wrestlers.
Right, so.
You wanna try it on me?
Nah, I don't think, I think I'll give that one a miss, but. So for anyone who's never trained before, watching this, straight off the street, never done anything before, if anyone grabs your leg in a street fight, that's the go-to, is it?
Yeah, concrete, anything, you know? That would be the go-to.
Yeah, straight in, flying triangle, day one stuff, basic.
Hard to up, really.
If you can't do that, you might as well just quit, because, you know what I mean, easy stuff like throw a jab, day one stuff, jab, straight, flying triangle. Easy stuff, easy learning here on Tom Aspinall Official.
All programmes have now been suspended on all channels to allow the broadcast of this film held in reserve for times of crisis.
Ask Tom.
get you everywhere, mate, even in the car. Little Ask Tom, just to break up the Craig episode. What's been going on, mate? You just got back from?
Vegas. Beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Always like a trip to Vegas, it was good fun. Cars there, right?
Good trip?
Good trip, good trip. Got a lot done, we was out there with Champion. Obviously went to the UFC event, meetings with the UFC, all that good stuff. And very productive, it was very, very worth going. Apart from the flight there, British Airways.
You got to explain that now.
No, I don't think anyone will be interested, will they?
Well, yeah, you can't give a statement. This is a great little interval.
Right.
Story time.
Oh, well, we flew Manchester to London. Then we had a connecting flight from London to Vegas. The first flight was delayed slightly. So what happened? So we got to London before the Vegas flight gate had even opened.
An hour?
An hour before. We were first people to the gate. The plane was there. The staff weren't even letting people on the plane, nothing. Anyway, the gate opened like an hour later. We went to scan our boarding passes and they let us know that because our first flight was delayed, they had automatically cancelled us off the flight. And it weren't just us, it was about 10 other people as well.
Computer says nah.
Families were there, people were crying. You know what I mean? Flying from London to Vegas is like a once in a lifetime trip for most people. Like, it's not something that you can just do every day, it's expensive. People don't want to get cancelled off and have to rebook when they've got kids and everything. It was absolutely outrageous. So we ended up getting a different flight to New York.
Up the Virgin Atlantic.
Yeah, Virgin. We like Virgin. We got a flight from from London to New York, and then from New York to Vegas. Never ever flying with British Airways again. If you're thinking about flying with British Airways, do not do it. We've had no compensation, we've had no apology, nothing. All we got was people arguing when we showed up on time and made our flights.
Computer says nah.
Computer says no. That's what the guy was saying. He was literally like, listen, there are 15 people here who have been cancelled off the flights. There's 15 free seats on that flight now. Just book us back on. And he essentially says, computer says no, we can't do it.
System error. But anyway, moving forward, what should the channel be expecting before we get back to lovely Craig Jones? What have we got to come in the coming weeks?
On the channel, we have got me. What have we got?
Is that good?
We've got me doing the military test.
Test of a heavyweight champion.
Test of a heavyweight champion, doing military. Can a heavyweight champion pass the military test and be in the military? That video's coming.
A big dead leg challenge
we've
just done.
Big dead leg challenge that we've just done, yeah, that's coming with a couple of very popular guys online, so we look forward to that as well. Let's get back into Craig Jones doing a little bit of training. It was great having Craig here. It's someone we'll definitely work with in the future as well.
Ask Tom. Andy, we've got Craig with us today.
Craig Jones, yeah, Australian. Craig's a grappling expert, and I don't know, he's probably the best. I don't know if he has a rivalry with another grappling guy, but he's a real innovative type grappler. So he's got loads of stuff that he does himself that's very different and does it for him. He's a clever guy, really nice guy as well. Good.
What's Tom going to pick up from him?
We're trying to do things and get a few tips on what he already does to see if we can find something that's better than he already does it. And then Tom's got to implement that. But it won't be, he's only here for a few hours, it won't change the planet, will it? But it's nice having him here.
And is Craig's stuff like the same style as yours, or is it different?
Now, doing this I just do for MMA, and Craig's got a few fighters who he looks after, who fight in the UFC, who he helps them with the groundwork and the fence work and stuff like that. No, it's exactly the same as what we do. The funny thing is, the guy who teaches John Jones is Craig's arch enemy. So the internet will be awash when they see this video of seeing Craig and Tom and thinking that Craig is now fixing the stuff that Gordon Ryan might be teaching to John Jones to beat Tom with. And Craig will set it off. That's how stupid People will be on the internet.
You love people on the
Probably.
internet.
No, I don't go on the internet. Did you see the comment? No, I would never see the comment because I never go on it.
It's dangerous for me, this.
Are you hurting people?
I'm trying not to. No, because it's new to me, this kind of thing. I don't know how to land safely and properly without hurting me or the other person. So, trying.
So I can get my hand on the floor. Yep. And then if I'm really struggling this way, I've got all this space this way. So I'll try and just attack his elbow so you don't have to open the space from his elbow.
I'm gonna try and do almost like the octopus. So if you hold pretty tight here, I'm opening this way and at the same time,
Back on the head, yeah.
so my top hip drags away from the body as this shoulder pushes in. So almost like I'm trying to turn my thumb down. And now, if you squeeze here, you can hear the choke in my voice. Keep squeezing. And now you can start to hear the voice is open, and we stay here as you keep applying. If you keep applying pressure, start to circle out. So just make sure they can't get a leg over the body in any capacity. If I want control, I'll stay on this side.
Yeah. But what would you do now?
For this position,
Try and get me back to the other side.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah, you wouldn't swap it because you can't swap hands with this one.
Yeah. Or I try to at least pretend to pull you back.
Yeah.
To punch it out, but it's a tougher angle.
Yeah.
But if I do get here, I will still apply pressure this way.
Yeah.
Hoping that you put pressure
Back
into me.
and go. Yep.
And then I can sort of extend you to the other hip. You can stay on this side, but if you switch grips.
Anti-switch.
Yeah, so here is where we'd be trying to get that inside shoulder to the floor.
Okay.
By turning our thumb out.
Just tell us what you're working on, Tom.
Getting squeezed really hard. Working on some body triangle escapes.
Andy, what's a body triangle?
The body triangle. Look at me legs, Steve. That's where you put your legs around somebody's body.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get out. Your hips are stuck.
Yeah.
So Craig was showing some ways to get out from different sides, which is good if you get stuck there. It's hard to get out.
Is it like, you know, when you do that kind of training where you're like, this is the worst position you could be in?
Yes, that's it. Yeah. And I'm asking Craig specifically, what would his go-tos be? You know, what would he? So we're doing that.
Switch the under. Is that the right? You switch the grips. Underhook side seatbelt. Yeah.
Craig, what are we looking at here?
Escaping body triangles on the choking side and the underhook side. Probably the stickiest position in jiu-jitsu, but there's clear paths out, kind of with moving our hips to fatigue the guy holding our back. Most of the time, guys will just like seek to use it as a rest. Like a guy like Bilal Muhammad, he'd secure the back and he'd just ride the round out. So if we do end up there, we just don't want to allow them to win the round without at least fatiguing themselves. So we're sort of heading on the path to escape, but if we don't get it, they're having to squeeze everything to hold on. So we're not allowing them to have a resting position in the best pin style position in jiu-jitsu.
And how's he doing?
Good, yeah. It picks up pretty quick, eh? I mean, yeah, I like the same idea, like we're bringing it forward.
Yep.
Elbow inside.
Yep.
And then obviously sneak a knee back in. The only detail I would add is sometimes guys might cross their feet under your body here.
Yep.
And this is where now, with the legs being shelved, it can be difficult to slide straight to a half guard. So I'm basically trying to wiggle a leg out. I'm trying to curl into a ball here, so it's going to look like easier to get hit than you think, but I'm bringing my knees forward. I'm bringing everything forward to try to keep his hands. Yeah, so the idea is if I can create a movement that forces him to put his hands on the floor to try to put his butt back, he's not going to be able to strike.
Correct. Yeah.
So when we get to this position here, if I just stay relaxed here, they're easily going to be able to take their hands off the ground, get in a clean strike, right? But if you try to get the strike in now, you just get that little wiggle. So it might take a few movements here, but we're trying to get both our elbows inside. I'm trying to curl into a ball, and then I just kick my legs, and that's going to allow us to place a knee inside. So I mean, everything's the same, right? We've ended up here, right? And this is where it's sort of that in between. But obviously you could sit up, start playing around with this, but you do obviously some back risk here. But if we're bringing ourselves into a ball, I'm just wiggling my legs through here. So just kicking my legs as my butt is moving this way. But I keep everything curled tight and just gradual little wiggling movement that typically when you feel it happening, you're doing this. And it'd be hard to load up a strike, even though it kind of looks like your hands are away from the head. So if we get to the side.
Go cross facing is that.
So the idea of curling into a ball, let's keep on the side. So let's say we've hit this big, we've got them bridged, we turn, I crunch everything here. So now when they go to cross face, you should still be able to. I just be even everything, including chins down. Once I'm on the side here, even if you start to establish it, I just keep my head down. If they get a bite on the nose or the chin, they're going to be able to drag. If we come back, go for the cross face, and we're able to start getting our leg, knees free. Just a weird little kipping movement. Kick your feet as you bring your knees tight to your chest, like trying to wiggle your butt back. Just by little, it'll feel like nothing's happening. And now you snuck a knee back in, Very weird movement, but. If you do a big movement, he can kind of follow the big movement with adjustments. But when someone's just doing this, it's like it's hard to time it.
Did you get my underwear on there?
I didn't, thankfully.
It's an exclusive.
This seems very sort of technical and
very technical.
Niche.
Yeah, very just small details, but small details make a big difference, don't they? I think. So it's very important.
Andy, this little jiggly move that we've just been watching, Tom said this is like your kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's Craig's invented that. I think he likes the little.
So explain it. What is it?
It's just to keep the person's balance in the right place so that you can escape. So you know where you've put their weight, and you can start to lift things and move things. It was just a little trick to do that, which is good, really good.
It's very sort of detailed.
Him? Oh yeah, great.
So is that the kind of stuff you like?
Love it. Kind of stuff I dream about. That's my life, that's what I do. But not just grappling, a bit more, MMA. No. I like. It's really good.
Short grip, like typical. Slide the elbow past, but pull towards, thumb towards you.
Right. So we're good for you on your side though.
That's not very nice.
Yeah.
That's not very nice, is it?
Elbow down, elbow pass, pull up, and retract.
Also, you like tightening it as it goes, like as you fall it. Okay.
Yeah, tightening like elbows.
So there, this way.
Yeah. And then you try to, as you drop your elbow past the head, pull your left thumb towards you.
Drop the elbow. Oh, it tightens up on the way up. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah. So you're not, with this, you're not squeezing too tight there, are you?
Nah, because if you squeeze too tight, you won't be able to drop the elbow
Yeah, yeah.
clear.
Oh yeah.
It's like easy.
Yeah, but I thought Islam just like finishes it from there. No.
That's where he begins.
Oh,
so
he begins it.
Yeah.
Okay. So go see these. Go see these. Just like start there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Rightio, that's a training session done. We've trained with Craig a few times this week, but we've not recorded them all. But Craig's shown me some great stuff this week. We've been bouncing ideas from the boss, from my dad as well. Trying to figure out some stuff that works well with my style. Do you know what I mean? One style, you know, we got to put stuff in that works with my style as well. So Craig's been kind enough to show some stuff, add it to the game. We'll work with Craig again in the future, no doubt. And good training all round. Hope everyone enjoyed it. See you next time.